All right, friends, you'll see right here we have a leak at this heater. This is a heater union. This tube is the heater. This particular one is a 2-inch heater union. You also see these in 1.5 inch, and you'll see these in 2.5 inch. This particular one is the standard one that's almost all heaters. Heater's 15 inches long, and if you look on the inside of it, it actually measures about 2 inches inside diameter of the metal part. This would measure about 2 3/8 inside diameter, or if you measure across the outside of here, the threads right here would measure about 3 inches across. But I'm going to change this gasket out and show you how to do that. Stay tuned. All right, friends, so the first thing we're going to do when we're going to change this gasket is we've got to find our service valves. I call them slice valves. Some people call them gate valves. But basically, it's this little valve that looks like this. You remove the keeper, push it in, and twist it. That's the left one. There's going to be one usually on either side of the pump and the heater. This one is on this side of the heater. This is on this side of the pump. So I can close these two and actually service the heater or the pump without losing water in the tub. So the way you do it is just simply push it down and twist it. You can see that locks it off. Now the last thing is some tubs, this particular one does not have a bleeder hose to the pump, but some will have a hose that's about this size, 3/8. And what I'll use is a pair of needle nose vice grips and just pinch it, pull that off, and so you don't lose water there. But you can see you can pinch it there, or a lot of times pinching at an angle actually works a little bit better, so you get more surface. So that would be part of the way. Now I've got those things closed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this. I use oil filter pliers. That works great on these big heater union split nuts and the pump union nuts. And you're going to lose a little bit of water, not a lot. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. Sometimes there's enough room that you can actually slip the gasket out and slip another gasket in. This is pretty tight here, so I don't think that's going to happen, but we're going to open it up and see. So the gasket, I can actually see there's a split in it. That's the reason it's leaking. So what I'm going to do is come over here to the pump gasket, or the pump union right here, 2-inch. This thing is actually a 2-inch pump union that's converted down with a converter to 1.5 inches. It's got an 1.5 inch side discharge circulation pump. So I can actually take this and slide it out. So you see it's got an O-ring here, it's got a gasket there, and that's why the gasket's leaking. You see it's falling completely apart. So while I'm going to go ahead and replace the gasket on both sides. I'm not going to just do this one. And I'm going to look at my O-ring too. That O-ring is almost dead flat. So I'm going to get a fresh O-ring. I'm going to get a gasket for here and a gasket for over here. So stay tuned, friends. We're going to make it happen right now. All right, friends. So I've got a fresh O-ring here. I've got my gasket here, my fresh gasket. And so we're going to push this back in. I was prepared to take the bolts out of the two items and move them, but I don't think I got to. I think I can slip it back in there. But sometimes you're going to need to take the screws or the bolts out of the pack or the pump to make room. Not every time, in fact, pretty rarely, but it will happen. So just be prepared that it may not be quite as easy as I'm making it look right here. So that one is lined up. This one is lined up and looking good. So all you do is just line up the edge of the threads, and you can see you can turn this back on with your hand. But you see this gasket just fell completely apart. And they will do that, so you can take both your hands and kind of turn the gasket like that, or turn the nut to tighten the gasket. Snug this up that way, snug. Snug here on the pump union. Then I'm going to go to the other side and replace the other heater gasket. You got to get it pretty tight to stop the leak. And you see these gaskets are about the same age. That one just didn't tear yet, but you might as well replace them both while you're going. We have kits with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, well, I think 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 is what I've got. So you can buy multiples. and change them every now and again. I think that this one on the left, the gasket must have got peeled back because it's still dripping. I had to put some torque on that, but you can see it's still dripping. Let's open this. You hear that air? That means that gasket's not in there at all, so there's something here I'm missing. So let me open it again. That's the downside to not opening or loosening the pack or the pump and moving it around. Just makes it where it's hard to get the gaskets back in there, but not impossible. There's got to be something wrong with this gasket. Yeah, it doubled over. It actually did like that. So I'm gonna make sure that it's down in there good. Now I'm gonna open the slice. You will not hear air, and you'll know that it's sealed. No air. There you go. A while ago you heard it go psss. When you hear that, close the slice right away. You still have air, or you still have a leak, I mean. Alright, I'm gonna fire this fuel up, see what happens. Stand by. So there you go, ladies and gents. Done and done, no leaks. I am the Spa Guy, and we're American Spa Parts. Click the banner at the top of this page to go to our website.